Inspired by Maharishi, I have challenged 3,500 presidents of universities and colleges in the United States to stop teaching that kind of science that can be used to create weapons that burn human beings and kill human beings, since such science is a killer. And I have challenged them because teaching such science is a shame on American education. In the letter, I also pointed out that what is required is a scientific education that develops higher states of consciousness in the students, so that spontaneously all their actions will be life-supporting, and they would never ever think to do anything that could harm human life. And that Maharishi has made available such a scientific system of education in consciousness-based education, which awakens the total brain functioning of the student and unfolds the infinite potentiality of their own creative intelligence. This letter is still reaching everyone through the regular mail, but some questions have already started to come in from presidents of universities on this challenge. From a community college in West Virginia, the president there asks, "Dr. Morris, I challenge you to be specific. What sciences are you including?" And I responded to that as follows, that when science is taught in a fragmented way, every field of knowledge can be used to produce positive results or negative results, as they have been. A fragmented approach where students learn only the isolated laws of nature only enlivens specific areas of the brain and never the total brain. And this partial brain development of the students results in violation of the laws of nature, that is, action that harms human life. But in the Vedic tradition of knowledge, I pointed out to this president of the college in West Virginia that Maharishi has now brought back in its completeness after many, many centuries. The approach to knowledge is not fragmented as it is in modern scientific education, but rather unified. This approach, consciousness-based education, gives students the vision of knowledge from a unified level, and not only the intellectual vision of it, but the direct experience of this unified level of the laws of nature in their own silent, self-referral, transcendental consciousness, which does in fact awaken the total brain functioning. Students who have this unified approach to scientific knowledge, they grow in life-supporting activity, and they lose interest in the use of knowledge to harm others, even if there is money to be made in doing so. So the answer that I have returned to the president in West Virginia is that if science is taught in this way that is unified, this way that is the essential method of teaching in consciousness-based education introduced by Maharishi, then all branches of knowledge, all fields of natural law will be used only for the good of humanity. And if not, then the sad history of the use of scientific knowledge in many, many very harmful ways will continue. So this is the answer that I gave, but I had promised to the president in West Virginia that I would pose this question this morning during this conference. All the presidents have been informed that they could watch today, they could connect through the internet or by telephone, and hear Maharishi's complete answers to the questions that have been raised by the presidents and by the press about this offer. So once again, the question was, Dr. Morris, I challenge you to be specific. What sciences are you including In other words, what sciences should no longer be taught in American colleges?
The answer of this beautiful inquiry is very simple. We take our mind to an area where all the laws of nature are lively, they are active. And what is that area? One word: unmanifest. The entire manifest world emerges from that unmanifest field, which is called transcendental field, self-referral field, self-referral, unified field. All this Vedic science is the science of that area, which in one word is unmanifest. Another word for it is Atma, the self of everyone. Another word is unified field. There is no two things there. It's only one thing. And when the conscious mind, now listen to this, this is important. When the conscious mind wakes up to this level of reality, this level of reality means to the transcendental field. Transcendental field, in the quantum field theories, this field is well defined in the mathematical terms, and through the thought process it is put to practice. Vedic literature is the literature of this science of this field, transcendental consciousness. The Rig Veda says, where are all the laws of nature? It says it is in the relationship of two values of the transcendental consciousness. Now, where is the two values of transcendental consciousness? Transcendental consciousness being unmanifest, it is infinity. It is being transcendental, it is infinity. Transcendental consciousness is infinity. Transcendental means beyond boundaries. Beyond boundaries means unified field. Unified field. When the conscious mind opens to this field, then it opens to unified field. Directly, the mind is in the state of the unified field. And it is in this state that the total mind is awake. Total mind is awake when it is open to transcendental consciousness. Through transcendental meditation, the activity of the mind becomes less and less and less and less and less and less, and it becomes least, and it becomes silent. It becomes self-referral. It becomes Atma. It becomes consciousness, unified field of consciousness. Only on this level, the total mind is in wakeful state. So we say transcendental consciousness is that state of consciousness, or when we relate to physiology, it is that level of physiology where total physiology is in action. Total physiology is in action in the transcendental field, and this is the field of total natural law. Rig Veda defines where is the Veda, where is the total field of knowledge. It is in the Richo Akshare Parme Vyoman, transcendental consciousness. Next word is very, very important, which the world has missed. Yasmin Deva Adhivishve Nisheduhu. The mind is awake in the singularity, in the unified field, in the transcendental consciousness. That is why we say education, Vedic education, takes the conscious awareness to explore transcendental field of consciousness. Where is this transcendental field of consciousness? This Vedic hymn describes where it is. Richo Akshare, this is science. This is science. This is science of total natural law. How does it define? Total natural law, transcendental field of self-referral consciousness is like an ocean of consciousness. Like an ocean of consciousness. Now, an ocean of consciousness is made of, it's very interesting, huh? Listen carefully. Transcendental consciousness, transcendental holistic consciousness is made of points of consciousness. So here you have two values. Holistic value of consciousness and point value of consciousness. Now mark here, this is Vedic science. Unified field, infinity related to point. Infinity related to point. This is the field, self-referral unified field. This is unified field in this area between the infinity and the point of infinity. Richo Akshare, all the richas, all the all the Vedic mantras, or we can say all the laws of nature, where they are. They are in the relationship of infinity and the point of infinity. This is called Nitya Apaurushaya. This relationship between infinity and the point of infinity is the field of total natural law. And when the mind explores it in that, when the mind grasps it, then the mind is that level of natural law, which is total natural law. And in that total natural law, this is Vedic science, in that total natural law, all levels of dynamism is lively. That is why from the unmanifest, the laws of nature breathe life in themselves. And this is how total natural law gets ingrained in that conscious awareness which is open to transcendental meditation, transcendental consciousness, transcendental consciousness, transcendental consciousness. This is the only level which is the level where total natural law is dynamic. Total natural law is silent, but in its silence, it is the science of this silence which is Vedic science. All the different modern sciences are like children, are just like children. We give encouraging value to modern science of physics or chemistry and mathematics and all. But from the level of Vedic science, all these sciences are children's. They are children's, like imaginations, too far from reality. Too far from reality. Vedic science, total intelligence of Veda is in the transcendent, and how it emerges into dynamism and how it settles down in infinite silence, and how the infinite silence emerges into dynamism, how any man can be awake, fully awake, in total knowledge, and that is called Brahmi Chetana, unity consciousness. Time is there for the world to get into Vedic science. And thanks to the research in physiology by His Majesty Raja Nadaram, his research has shown that every fiber of human physiology, every grain of human physiology is made of Vedic sounds. Vedic sounds. This is our achievement. Something concrete, total natural law, applied by the mind, by the intellect, by the self, and enable the mind, intellect, and the self to achieve what you would like to achieve. So opportunity is there, opportunity is there, opportunity is there. To the field of education, opportunity is there to lead every child to open his whole physiology to this level of unified field. We call it from the level of modern science, or realistically defined in terms of Atma, in terms of Ved, in terms of creativity. It says, Vedaham, I am the Ved, Shariroham, Shariram Deva Mandiram. The body is the home of all creative intelligences. Names are there, forms are there. Shiva, Vishnu, Devi, Surya, Ganesh. When people don't know, they don't know. But we don't live the ignorance of other people. We live our own knowledge. Different world is going to be our world, not today's world, which is a shame. We don't want to talk about it. So this I have explained how total natural law functions at every point in creation. And at every point in creation and in the holistic field of creation is the total natural law functions. And that is why all the laws of nature are always satisfied with whatever activity in nature. We say nature, 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 nature. In this world of ignorance, we are raising a voice. If you have to teach something, teach that thing, consciousness, Atma, the self, devatas. Teach to the students the authority and power of natural law, the light of God. Otherwise, life is yours, fine. Life is yours, you live whatever you want to do. But there is a chance to step on to a very royal and divine level of administration, where everything will be possible with the groups that we are going to create now. Peace palaces, we are going to create a few thousand knowledgeable people, and they will create an atmosphere of harmony and all that. So let us aspire for it. So the challenge from that president to Dr. Bevan Morris was quite a challenging thing. Where is total natural law. Where is that? It is omnipresent, it is omniscient, it's unmanifest, unmanifest. This unmanifest word is Puran. Puran is a Vedic literature which has been so badly understood during the time of British rule in India. So much damage has been done to life in the world. But doesn't matter. The night passes away and the dawn again comes.